Hey there, and welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping straight into something pretty crucial in digital security. We're looking at a distinction that, well, many of us might totally miss. Think about this. Even if you've got a solid personal password manager, a whole company could still be vulnerable, right? If they don't have something much bigger in place. Yeah, so our mission here is to really unpack that key difference. The difference between, say, the password manager you might use every single day and this other thing, an enterprise privileged access management vault, or PAM. And it's not just about scale, like small versus large. It's really about understanding what each one is built to protect. Okay, so let's start with the familiar. The consumer password manager. It's mostly about making your life easier, yeah? Stores your logins, autofills passwords, maybe helps you share like a Netflix password or a social media login with family or a tiny team. It's kind of your personal digital helper. Way better than, that spreadsheet you used to use. Or worse, a sticky note.
Right. And what's really fascinating when you compare that is how fundamentally different the purpose of an enterprise PAM vault is. It's not really focused on individual user convenience in the same way. Think less digital helper, more like digital Fort Knox for a company's most critical assets. A PAM vault is there to manage, to secure, and constantly monitor privileged accounts.
Privileged accounts.
Yeah, these aren't just regular employee logins. We're talking administrator accounts, shared system logins, root access, basically the literal keys to the company's digital kingdom, things that protect core databases, cloud infrastructure, sensitive development environments, that kind of thing.
Okay, so that immediately highlights why this difference is so important, right? Whether you're just thinking about your own accounts or trying to secure a business, your personal tool is about, well, convenience, basic security for your stuff. But PAM, that's about enterprise-wide control, locking down the most powerful credentials. It's a whole different ballgame.
Exactly. And that leads to the question, what kind of control and monitoring are we talking about with PAM? Because it goes way, way beyond a consumer tool. PAM gives you really granular control, super specific rules about who gets access to what, and crucially, when they get it and for how long.
And that's not just about stopping hackers, is it? You mentioned something about internal risks.
Precisely. It's a hard truth, but a huge number of security incidents actually come from inside. Sometimes malicious, sometimes just accidental misuse of legitimate access. PAM is designed specifically to mitigate that internal risk too.
Wow. So how does it monitor things to that level?
Well, we're talking about features like session recording, literally recording what happens during a privileged session, sometimes even live monitoring, maybe even using AI to analyze video feeds of screen activity. Imagine a complete audit trail of every single action. All of this feeds into detailed reports for compliance, for regulations like GDPR, MHIPI, PCI DSS. It has to integrate deeply with other big IT systems too.
Like what kind of systems?
Things like identity management platforms, same tools. Those gather all the security logs and ITSM tools for managing IT services.
Right.
Oh, and a really key concept PAM introduces is just-in-time access, or JIT.
Oh, just-in-time access, JIT. That sounds efficient. What does that mean practically? Like for a contractor, maybe?
Yeah, great example. So imagine a contractor needs temporary admin rights to fix a specific server issue. With JIT, they get those elevated permissions for only the specific time window needed, say, 2 hours. Then poof, the access automatically disappears. No standing privileges left hanging around, which massively reduces the risk profile. Plus, PAM often involves security automation. Think automating password changes for these critical accounts or streamlining the approval process for access requests.
Okay, this is making a lot more sense. So pulling it all together, when would you actually use each one? What's the practical application?
Well, it's pretty clear-cut, actually. You're a consumer password manager. Perfect for your personal logins, email, banking, shopping, and maybe sharing, like that team Twitter account. Simple, convenient. But PAM, that's for organizations. Any organization with critical systems, sensitive data, complex IT, or strict compliance needs. If you're protecting customer databases, financial systems, cloud platforms, critical infrastructure, DevOps pipelines, you absolutely need PAM. Trying to use a consumer tool for that, it's just not going to cut it. It's the wrong tool for a very serious job.
Right, like using a bicycle helmet to protect you in a Formula One race.
Exactly. And that touches on other considerations like complexity and costs. Consumer tools, usually pretty easy to use, lower cost. But their security focus is limited. PAM solutions, on the other hand, are definitely more complex. Implementation takes time, more integration effort, higher cost usually. But they provide that deep, comprehensive security needed against really sophisticated threats, including those insider risks we talked about.
So, to really boil it down, Consumer Password Manager equals convenience for personal credentials. Enterprise PAM equals essential, heavy-duty protection and control for critical business systems.
That's the core of it. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Recognizing this difference isn't just technical jargon. It's not just about picking software. It's really about understanding that digital security isn't one size fits all. There are different layers of defense needed for different situations. It really makes you think about the type of security problem you're actually trying to solve. Is it about simplifying your own logins, or is it about defending the entire digital fortress?